Welcome to my channel, Worth Old Coins. Today is best top 4 coins. Please don't skip this video, so let's get it started. Top 1. The 2011 United States. 1-cent coin, commonly referred to as the penny, is a small but historically rich piece of American list currency that reflects more than 2 centuries of evolving national identity, economic policy, design artistry, and public symbolism. Minted by the United States, this coin is part of the Lincoln Cent series, which has been in continuous production since 1909, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in the world. At this front of the coin features a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, to honor the centennial of Lincoln's birth. This design was first introduced in 1909 and remains one of the most iconic images in American numismatics. Lincoln's bust is finely detailed, showing his distinctive beard and a thoughtful expression that captures his enduring legacy as the president who preserved the Union during the Civil War and abolished slavery. Surrounding the portrait are the inscriptions "In God We Trust" across the top, "Liberty" on the left, and the year 2011 to the right of Lincoln's profile. Beneath the year, you'll find the mint mark, either D for Denver, P for Philadelphia, or no mint mark if it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally does not place a P on cents. The reverse side of the 2011 penny features the Union Shield design, which replaced the Lincoln Memorial in 2010 and symbolizes the strength and unity of the nation. Designed by Lindell Bass and sculpted by Joseph Mena, the image shows a shield with 13 vertical stripes representing the original 13 colonies joined under a horizontal bar that symbolizes the federal government. At the center of the shield is a bold banner with the word 1 cent, and above it the inscription, United States of America. Just beneath the banner sits the national motto, E pluribus unum, which means out of many one. Further emphasizing the concept of unity, the Union Shield design was chosen by the U.S. Department of the Treasury to reflect the nation's commitment to federalism and the preservation of the Union, a theme closely tied to Lincoln's legacy. This reverse replaced the image of the Lincoln Memorial that had appeared on the reverse from 1959 to 2008 and followed a special 2009 series of 4 reverse designs, commemorating different stages of Lincoln's life. The 2011 Shield reverse continues the tradition of embedding deeper historical themes in even the smallest coin denominations. In terms of physical characteristics, the 2011 1-cent coin is made of a core of 99.2% zinc and coated with 0.8% copper, a composition introduced in 1982 to replace the previous 95% copper cents due to the rising cost of copper. As a result, modern pennies are lightweight and cost-effective to produce, though they actually cost more than 1 cent to mint, making the penny a subject of ongoing debate in economic and political circles. The coin weighs 2.5 grams, has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, 0.75 inches, and features a plain, smooth edge. These specifications are standardized across all minting locations and allow for consistent circulation nationwide. The zinc core is visible only if the copper plating is damaged, which can lead to visible corrosion if not stored properly, making zinc-based pennies less durable over time compared to their copper predecessors. From a numismatic standpoint, 2011 Lincoln cents are not rare in circulated condition due to their high mintage. Billions were produced that year across multiple U.S. mint locations. However, collectors still value them for several reasons. First, they may collect examples from each mint, Denver, Philadelphia, and in rare cases, San Francisco, if found in special proof set. Second, coins in uncirculated condition, or those with mint date MS or proof grades PR, especially those certified by grading agencies such as PCGs or NGC, can carry added value depending on their condition and strike quality. In particular, coins with die varieties, minting errors, or anomalies such as double dies, off-center strikes, or clipped planchettes, are highly sought after and can be worth significantly more than face value. Additionally, the 2011 cent is part of a broader numismatic story that includes the transition from the wheat ear reverse 1909-1958 to the Lincoln Memorial 1959-2008 to the 4 bicentennial reverse designs 2009, and finally to the Union Shield 2010 present. As such, it represents a key chapter in the continuing evolution of American coin design and symbolic messaging. Beyond numismatics, the penny holds a special place in American culture and everyday life. Though its purchasing power is minimal in the 21st century, the penny remains a cultural icon, often associated with idioms like "a penny saved" is a penny earned, and customs such as picking up a penny for good luck pennies are also commonly used in educational settings, science experiments, and charity fundraisers such as penny drives. Despite this, the penny's future has been subject to ongoing debate. Critics argue that it is obsolete, costly to produce, and no longer useful in modern commerce, especially with the rise of digital payments. Others defend it as a symbol of tradition and argue that eliminating it would have negative impacts on pricing, charitable donations, and low-income consumers in recent years. Top 2. The 2015 United States 1 cent coin, commonly referred to as the penny, is a small denomination of American currency that carries far more historical, cultural, and symbolic weight than its face value suggests. Minted by the United States Mint and produced in vast quantities at multiple facilities, including the Philadelphia Mint No Mint mark and the Denver Mint with a D Mint mark, the 2015 penny continues the long and distinguished tradition of the Lincoln Cent series, which began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse front side of the coin features a detailed right-facing portrait of Lincoln, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, whose initials VDB can be found at the bottom of Lincoln's shoulder on modern issues. This iconic design is the longest-running portrait on any U.S. coin and is regarded as a tribute to Lincoln's enduring legacy as the leader who preserved the Union during the Civil War and brought an end to slavery. The obverse is inscribed within "God We Trust" along the top rim, liberty to the left of Lincoln's profile, and the year 2015 to the right, along with a mint mark D for Denver or blank for Philadelphia. The Lincoln Cent's obverse has remained largely unchanged for over a century, symbolizing consistency in national memory and reverence for Lincoln's principles of unity, equality, and leadership during America's most turbulent era. On the reverse side of the 2015 penny is the Union Shield design, which replaced a Lincoln Memorial reverse in 2010. This reverse design, created by Lyndall Bass and sculpted by Joseph Mena, features a striking and simplified image of a shield with 13 vertical stripes representing the original 13 colonies held together by a horizontal bar across the top, symbolizing the federal government. The central element is a bold banner that cuts across the shield, bearing the denomination 1 cent, and above the shield is the inscription, "United States of America, just." Beneath the banner in smaller text is the Latin motto "E pluribus unum," meaning "out of many one," a reference to the nation's founding ideals of unity through diversity. This design not only pays tribute to President Lincoln's legacy of preserving the Union during the Civil War, but also serves as a broader symbol of American strength, cooperation, and national identity. The Union Shield reverse is an enduring emblem of the federal structure of the United States, reinforcing the principle that states are united under a central democratic government. This symbolism resonates strongly with Lincoln's presidency and the lasting effects of the Civil War on the American political and social landscape. Physical composition of the 2015 10th penny continues the post-1982 standard of copper-plated zinc, consisting of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper coating, giving the coin its familiar reddish tone. The coin weighs 2.5 grams, has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, 0.75 inches, and features a plain, smooth edge. This composition was adopted to reduce minting costs after the market price of copper made earlier, mostly copper cents, more expensive to produce than their face value. While the current zinc-based coins are more cost-efficient to mint in large quantities, they are less durable than their copper counterparts and prone to corrosion if the copper coating wears off, especially when exposed to moisture or acidic environments. That said, billions of 2015 pennies were minted, and they are still commonly found in circulation across the country. From an economic perspective, the continued production of pennies is controversial. The cost of minting a single-cent coin exceeds its face value, resulting in millions of dollars in annual losses to the U.S. Treasury. Debates around eliminating the penny have persisted for decades, with arguments citing inefficiency and redundancy in a world where digital and card-based payments dominate. Still, many Americans express sentimental and traditional attachment to the coin, as well as practical concerns over rounding and pricing fairness should it be eliminated. From a numismatic point of view, the 2015 Lincoln penny is not considered rare, especially in circulated condition, as billions were struck that year. However, collectors known as numismatists often pursue uncirculated MS or mint state coins-proof versions struck at the San Francisco Mint with an S mint mark, and examples with die varieties or minting errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet anomalies. Such flaws can greatly enhance a coin's value, sometimes transforming a coin worth 1 cent into a collectible item valued at hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In addition, collectors interested in assembling full yearly mint sets or date-end mint mark runs will include the 2015 penny as part of their modern Lincoln cent collection. The proof version of the coin, which is struck with specially polished dies for a mirror-like finish, is only available in official U.S. mint sets and is typically not found in general circulation. These proof coins are especially valued for their clarity, precision, and aesthetic quality. Culturally, the penny remains one of the most recognized coins in the United States, even as its purchasing power has significantly diminished. It holds symbolic value in American folklore and language, reflected in phrases like Top 3. The 2001 2D Lincoln Shield cent, more commonly known as the Lincoln penny, is a small yet historically rich coin minted by the United States Mint and carries with it over a century of legacy tied to one of America's most iconic presidents, Abraham Lincoln. The 2012 D variant was struck at the Denver Mint, one of 4 active U.S. minting facilities. Is marked with a tiny D mint mark just below the date on the obverse front side of the coin. The obverse design features a right-facing bust of President Lincoln, originally sculpted by Victor David Brenner and first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. The Lincoln penny holds the distinction of being the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure rather than a symbolic representation of liberty, making it a groundbreaking numismatic issue. Over time, the reverse back design has changed several times, with the 2012 version continuing the shield cent reverse first introduced in 2010. This modern reverse, designed by Lyndall Bass and engraved by Joseph Mena, replaced the previous Lincoln Memorial design and features a Union shield with a scroll inscribed 1 cent across its ace. Shield has 13 vertical stripes representing the original colonies, topped by a horizontal bar symbolizing federal unity, a reference to Lincoln's legacy of preserving the Union during the Civil War. Above the shield is the inscription E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many one. The obverse continues to carry Brenner's initials VDB, which were once controversial in their original 1909 placement, but have since been subtly reintroduced near Lincoln's shoulder. The 2012 D shield cent was struck in enormous quantities. Over 3.8 billion coins were minted in Denver alone that year, making it a highly common coin in circulation. It is composed primarily of zinc 97.5% with only a thin outer layer of copper 2.5% continuing the composition. Standard established in 1982 when the mint shifted away from 95% copper coins due to rising metal costs. Despite being small in monetary value, the coin's metal content costs nearly as much as its face value to produce, which has reignited debates around whether to eliminate the penny altogether for coin collectors or numismatists. The 2012 D penny holds little intrinsic value in circulated condition due to its sheer abundance. Most examples found in pocket change are worth exactly 1 cent, though exceptionally preserved uncirculated specimens can fetch slightly more, typically ranging from 25 cents to $1.50 in the collector's market. Coins graded MS65 or higher mint state with minimal marks and full luster might be worth up to $3 to $5 depending on demand and the grading service. However, the true intrigue lies in mint-era varieties, some 201 2D. Lincoln cents have been found with striking anomalies, including off-center strikes, die breaks, broad strikes, and strike-through errors where foreign materials interfere during minting. Elite a coating leal minting. A few high-grade mint-era specimens, such as a 201 2D cent with a partial collar, era-graded MS64 by PCGS, have sold for over $500, while other dramatic errors can fetch up to $1,000 or more at auctions. These are, however, rare exceptions and usually require professional authentication by grading services, like PCGs or NGC, to verify and preserve their value. Collectors interested in the 201 2D Lincoln cent often seek out pristine rolls, full step strikes, or coins with minimal contact marks and strong detail in Lincoln's hair and beard, often considered a benchmark for strike quality. Some also look for copper plating anomalies, such as bubbles or peels, which, while technically mint defects, can be of interest to era specialists. The coin's edge is smooth plain with no reading or lettering, and it weighs 2.5 grams with a diameter of 19.5 millimeters. One curious feature of many zinc-based Lincoln cents, including the 2012 D, is their susceptibility to environmental damage. Exposure to moisture can cause corrosion or zinc rot, which sometimes creates odd textures and holes that are mistaken for errors but are simply signs of wear or decay. From a historical standpoint, this coin also represents the evolving trends in U.S. coinage. The Lincoln cent series has been a platform for design innovation, beginning with the wheat reverse 1909-1958, the Lincoln Memorial 1959-2008, the bicentennial Lincoln designs of 2009 for unique reverses representing stages of Lincoln's life, and finally the Shield cent from 2010 to the present. The Shield design, though intended to modernize the penny's aesthetic and honor Lincoln's unification efforts, has received mixed reviews from collectors, some praising its clean, symbolic form, while others lament the loss of the more detailed architectural depictions of the memorial or the narrative scenes of the 2009 anniversary editions. Top 4. The 2010 Lincoln cent marked a significant turning point in the visual and symbolic evolution of the U.S. 1 cent coin. For over half a century, the reverse of the Lincoln penny featured the image of the Lincoln Memorial designed by Frank Gasparo in 1959 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 150th birthday. However, that era came to a close in 2008 when the U.S. Mint, under the Presidential $1 Coin Act of 2005, launched a redesign initiative to commemorate Lincoln's bicentennial in 2009 with 4 special reverse designs reflecting different stages of his life. These for 2009 reverse designs: birth and early childhood in Kentucky, formative years in Indiana, professional life in Illinois, and presidency in Washington, D.C. Each showcased unique scenes from Lincoln's journey from a log cabin in Kentucky to the White House. Then, in 2010, a permanent reverse design was introduced, the Lincoln Shield reverse, intended to symbolize Lincoln's preservation of the United States as a unified nation. This design change marked the beginning of a new chapter in the Lincoln Cents history. The 2010 penny's obverse front continues to feature Victor David Brenner's classic right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design first introduced in 1909 and notable as the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. The reverse design by artist Lindell Bass and engraved by U.S. Mint sculptor engraver Joseph Mena displays a large Union shield, a historical motif often used during the Civil War, with 13 vertical stripes representing the original 13 colonies and a single horizontal bar across the top symbolizing the federal government's unifying force superimposed across. The shield is a prominent scroll with the denomination 1 cent, and above it, the inscription E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many, one, further reinforcing national unity. The composition of the 2010 Lincoln Shield cent remains the same as post 1982 pennies. 97.5% zinc core with a 2.5% outer layer of copper, giving it a similar tint. Ruby Kiss, only Ruby Kiss. Only Ruby Kiss has the illusory texture that, not seened. May seened. And leave, while may seek, seem, may, elect. Seem, may seem my inside. May seem, may seem, allayed. May seed, alef. Go tape aid in a comment said. They may bay to bed. To see may my ep and may seed side. Can send light a sep I exit liets a naked to side I lep it's kstka we did it's a kusit that it's it as with a to be the Look to earlier copper-based cents, but a much lower intrinsic metal value. Each coin weighs 2.5 grams and measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter. While this change in composition was initially a cost-saving measure, the irony is that it now costs the U.S. Mint more to produce a penny than its face value, a subject of ongoing debate among economists and lawmakers. The coin was minted at 3 locations in 2010: Philadelphia, No Mint Mark, Denver D Mint Mark, and San Francisco S4 Proof coins. Only Philadelphia struck approximately 963 billion pennies that year, while Denver produced about 2.460 billion, making the 2010 Lincoln Shield cent extremely common in circulation. The San Francisco Mint struck smaller quantities for collector-proof sets using polished dies and specially treated blanks, while the 2010 Lincoln cent is not rare. It marked a design transition that was closely followed by collectors and historians alike. For many, this coin symbolized not only Lincoln's enduring legacy, but also the modern mint's ability to blend tradition with forward-looking symbolism. The design received mixed reactions. Some applauded the return to symbolism reminiscent of early American coins, while others missed the architectural gravitas of the Lincoln Memorial reverse. Nonetheless, the shield design was adopted as the new standard and remains in use to this day. For collectors, the 2010 Shield cent holds more sentimental and historical value than monetary in circulated condition. It's typically worth exactly 1 cent, however. Uncirculated specimens, especially those with full original luster and minimal contact marks, may be valued between $0.25 and $1, particularly in higher mint state grades, MS63 to MS67. Those graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC and achieving MS68 or higher can occasionally fetch premiums of $15 to $25 or more. Though such high-grade coins are relatively rare due to the huge mintages and frequent handling-proof versions from San Francisco, struck in high relief with mirrored fields and frosted devices are more valuable, ranging from $1.50 to $5, depending on condition and packaging. Beyond condition, what really excites collectors are error coins, and the 2010 Shield cent offers a modest selection of error types. Notable varieties include double die obverses, off-center strikes. Die cracks in coins struck on defective planchettes. While not all are dramatic or valuable, the more severe errors, like major off-center strikes or coins with missing layers, can sell for $50 to several $100 depending on rarity and demand. These anomalies are typically discovered by keen-eyed collectors or individuals who search through rolls, a practice known as coin roll hunting. From a cultural standpoint, the 2010 cent also served as a subtle reflection of America's evolving relationship with its coinage, despite inflation. Reducing the buying power of the penny to a fraction of what it once was, the coin remains a fixture of U.S. currency, in part due to its emotional and historical significance. Abraham Lincoln, as the great emancipator and leader during the Civil War, continues to be a central figure in American civic mythology, and his presence on the most common denomination reinforces his role as a symbol of unity and equality. Furthermore, the shield design evokes a blend of militaristic resilience and democratic symbolism elements Lincoln would have found meaningful during his lifetime from a practical standpoint. However, the 2010 penny also highlights the logistical burdens of low-value coinage in the 21st century. The U.S. Mint produces billions of cents annually, yet their utility in commerce continues to decline, with many businesses rounding prices or abandoning pennies altogether. Nevertheless, the 2010 cent serves as a bridge between the artistic ambitions of commemorative design and the realities of mass production. Its visual departure from the Lincoln Memorial design introduced a bold new aesthetic to a coin that, despite its size, carries immense symbolic weight. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.